Most people dream about financial freedom, but let's be real, why does it always seem out of reach? You work hard, save a little, maybe even invest, but somehow, wealth still feels like a distant goal. The truth? It's not about working harder, it's about thinking smarter. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, didn't build his fortune through luck. He mastered a set of financial habits that anyone, yes, even you, can apply. And today, you're going to learn the exact 7 money habits that millionaires swear by. But first, let's clear up a big misconception. Most people think building wealth requires a high salary, a trust fund, or winning the lottery. Wrong. Buffett started with nothing and turned smart moves into $1 billion empire. If you follow the same habits, your financial situation will never be the same. No, you won't become a billionaire overnight, but you will start making choices that set you up for lifelong financial security. So, what's stopping you? Maybe it's fear, maybe it's bad advice, or maybe it's just not knowing where to start. That changes today. Each of these habits is a piece of the puzzle, and when you put them together, you unlock a whole new way of thinking about money. We're talking about practical, actionable strategies that can literally change your financial future if you apply them. And here's the best part, these aren't just random tips. They're proven habits, backed by decades of success. By the time you finish this, you'll have a millionaire's mindset and the tools to start building real, lasting wealth. So, let's dive in, because once you see the first habit, you'll realize just how powerful small financial changes can be. When it comes to growing your wealth, patience is key, just ask Warren Buffett. His wealth didn't come from chasing the latest get-rich-quick schemes or volatile stocks. Instead, it came from investing in companies he believed in for the long haul. Think about it, would you rather make a quick buck or build a steady stream of wealth that keeps growing year after year? If you take a page from Buffett's playbook, you'll realize that the smart money doesn't chase trends, it plays the long game. A great example of this is the movie The Pursuit of Happiness, where Will Smith's character, despite facing setbacks, sticks to his long-term vision and eventually thrives. This dedication to a long-term plan can pay off big time in your financial future. One of the best things you can do is shift your mindset to focus on assets that increase in value steadily over time. For instance, consider investing in index funds or real estate, which historically have shown great returns if you're willing to hold onto them for years. Compare this to someone constantly jumping between speculative stocks, trying to hit it big but ultimately losing money because they didn't stick around long enough to see the true potential. The key takeaway here is that long-term investments allow for compound growth, which makes your money work for you, just like Buffett's own investments in companies like Coca-Cola. And trust me, as the Wolf of Wall Street shows, the quick money often isn't as sweet as it looks in the long run. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of immediate rewards, but if you're aiming for financial freedom, it's crucial to play the waiting game. Look at how tech companies like Apple or Microsoft have grown over the decades. Buffett has famously said that his favorite holding period for an investment is forever. It's a commitment to watching the value grow slowly but surely. This isn't about getting rich overnight, it's about building a wealth that will stand the test of time. If you're willing to invest consistently and stay patient, you'll see that slow and steady can often win the race. So, if you're serious about your financial future, think beyond the next payday. Start by researching long-term investment options, whether it's dividend-paying stocks, high-growth sectors, or even bonds that mature in decades. The key is to focus on value and quality, rather than jumping at every shiny new thing. And remember, building wealth is a journey, not a sprint. And speaking of long-term planning, let's look at how living below your means can supercharge this journey. Warren Buffett could buy just about anything he wants, yet he still lives in the same house he bought in 1958. Why? Because true wealth isn't about how much you spend, it's about how much you keep and grow. Too many people increase their spending as soon as they start earning more, falling into the trap of lifestyle inflation. They upgrade their cars, buy bigger houses, and splurge on luxuries they don't really need. But real financial success comes from resisting that urge. Just like in The Dark Knight, when Bruce Wayne, despite his wealth, still drives around in an old Lamborghini while focusing on his bigger mission, financial freedom works the same way. The goal isn't to impress others, it's to secure your future. Think about it, if you spend every extra dollar you make, you'll never build lasting wealth. Instead of spending mindlessly, redirect that money into investments that will grow over time. Imagine if, instead of buying a new car every few years, you invested that money in stocks that appreciate over decades. A $40,000 luxury car loses value the second you drive it off the lot, but that same money in an S&P 500 index fund could potentially double in a decade. That's how wealthy people think. They don't chase status symbols, they chase financial freedom. Just like Buffett, who still eats McDonald's and avoids unnecessary luxuries, the secret to financial success is keeping more of what you earn. This doesn't mean you have to live like a monk, it just means being intentional with your spending. You can still enjoy life, but do it in a way that aligns with your long-term financial goals. For example, instead of eating out 5 times a week, cook at home and invest the savings. Instead of leasing a brand new car, buy a reliable used one and put the difference into your retirement fund. Small decisions like these add up over time, giving you the financial flexibility to take advantage of big opportunities when they arise. Just like in Breaking Bad, minus the illegal business, Walter White's real downfall wasn't his earnings, it was his reckless spending and bad financial choices. Living below your means isn't about deprivation, it's about control. It's about making sure your money is working for you, not the other way around. Every millionaire who stays rich understands this principle. The question is, will you? And once you master the art of saying no to unnecessary expenses, you'll realize how much faster your wealth can grow. Warren Buffett doesn't just focus on what to invest in, he's just as careful about what he avoids. That's one of the biggest secrets to building wealth, knowing when to say no. Most people leak money on things that don't truly add value to their lives, subscriptions they barely use, impulse purchases, or upgrading gadgets just because a new model came out. This kind of spending feels small in the moment, but over time, it drains your financial potential. Think about Tony Stark in Iron Man. Sure, he had a high-tech lifestyle, but his real power came from strategic choices. He didn't waste time or resources on things that didn't push him forward. Your money should work the same way. Let's break it down. Imagine you cut out just $10 a day in unnecessary spending, say, overpriced coffee, fast food, or random online shopping. That's $300 a month, which, invested in an S&P 500 index fund, could grow to over $60,000 in 10 years. Now, multiply that by decades, and you're looking at a 6-figure difference in your future wealth. That's how millionaires think. They don't waste money on things that don't serve them, they prioritize assets over liabilities. Buffett himself skips expensive trends and flashy purchases because he knows that every dollar saved is a dollar that can be invested and multiplied. Saying no isn't just about money, it's about discipline. It's about making financial decisions that serve you, not corporations selling you the latest must-have item. Next time you're about to make an impulse purchase, ask yourself, will this bring me closer to financial freedom, or is it just a temporary thrill? This mindset shift alone can change everything. Just like in The Pursuit of Happiness, where Chris Gardner had to make tough financial choices to survive, your financial future depends on the decisions you make today. Every unnecessary dollar spent is one less working for your long-term goals. Mastering this habit isn't about depriving yourself, it's about controlling your future. The more you say no to financial distractions, the more you can say yes to wealth-building opportunities. And speaking of smart investments, what's the best one you can make? It's not a stock or a business, it's you. That's what we're diving into next. Warren Buffett has often said, the best investment you can make is in yourself. Why? Because no stock, real estate deal, or business opportunity will ever outperform the returns of a sharp mind and valuable skills. Think about it, people chase the stock market, but the real money mindset starts with knowledge. Imagine if Bruce Wayne had just relied on his wealth without training, he wouldn't be Batman. His biggest investment was in himself, mastering skills, intelligence, and strategy. That's the mindset of true financial success. The more you know, the more you earn. Most people hesitate to spend money on self-education, but they think nothing of dropping cash on entertainment, dining out, or the latest gadgets. Yet, a single book, course, or mentorship could change their financial future. Take a moment to think, if you invested just $500 a year in improving your skills, whether in finance, business, or a high-income profession, you could open doors to 6-figure opportunities. The right knowledge doesn't just increase how you make money, it expands where you can make it, giving you the power to create multiple income streams. Buffett himself took public speaking courses early on because he knew that communication would be a priceless asset. And he was right. Strong communication skills helped him land deals, attract investors, and build one of the most successful portfolios in history. If you want to level up, focus on what truly pays off, reading books like The Psychology of Money, taking courses in investing or business, or networking with successful people. These investments compound over time, just like financial ones. So, before thinking about where to put your money, ask yourself, are you the best asset you could be? Because your earning potential isn't just about how much you make, it's about how much you can make when you maximize your skills. And once you start growing your income, the next step is making sure you're not relying on just one stream. That's what we'll explore next. Relying on a single source of income is like standing on one leg. It might hold for a while, but the moment something shakes your balance, you're going down. Warren Buffett didn't build his fortune by depending on one company or one investment. He spread his money across businesses, stocks, and other assets, ensuring that if one failed, others would keep generating wealth. The key to financial freedom isn't just earning more, it's having multiple income streams so that money keeps flowing even when you're not actively working. Think about Tony Stark. Sure, he's a genius, but his real power isn't just his intellect, it's his empire. Stark Industries, tech innovations, defense contracts, all these streams ensure that no matter what happens, he's financially secure. You don't need billions to follow this principle. You can start by building side incomes, investing in stocks, starting a small online business, or even renting out a spare room on Airbnb. The goal is simple: create cash flow that doesn't rely solely on your time. Most millionaires have at least 7 income streams. That could be a combination of investments, real estate, royalties, side businesses, or even high-yield savings accounts. If your job covers your bills, let a side hustle fund your investments. If your investments grow, reinvest the profits into assets that generate passive income. It's all about stacking financial security so that no single event, like a job loss or economic downturn, wipes you out. Now, imagine the freedom of waking up and knowing money is coming in from multiple sources. No stress, no panic, just steady wealth growth. And once you've got that, the next challenge is making sure you manage it wisely, because making money is one thing, but keeping and growing it takes discipline. And that's exactly what's next. Discipline isn't just about avoiding bad decisions, it's about making the right ones consistently. Warren Buffett didn't become a billionaire by chasing trends or making emotional investments. He stuck to a strategy, ignored market noise, and made rational choices. The truth is, most people know what they should be doing with their money: saving, investing, avoiding impulse purchases, but without discipline, those good intentions never turn into results. If you want financial success, you have to master self-control. Take a lesson from The Dark Knight. Bruce Wayne has the money to buy whatever he wants, but his discipline is what makes him truly powerful. He doesn't waste resources, he trains, plans, and stays focused on his long-term mission. That's the mindset you need. Instead of blowing extra cash on things that don't serve you, channel it into investments, business growth, or education. The ability to say no today is what allows you to say yes to bigger opportunities in the future. One of Buffett's core principles is never lose money. That's why he doesn't gamble on risky investments or make decisions based on fear and greed. Smart investors follow a plan, automate their savings, and set clear financial goals. A simple rule? If you wouldn't buy it at full price, don't buy it on sale. If an investment seems too good to be true, it probably is. The disciplined investor wins because they stick to proven strategies, no matter what's trending. But here's the catch: discipline doesn't mean being rigid. It means being strategic. If you master financial discipline, you'll never be at the mercy of a bad economy, a lost job, or a poor investment. And once you've built this stability, the next step is making sure you always have a financial safety net, because even the wealthiest know that cash reserves can be a game changer when the right opportunity comes knocking. Warren Buffett always keeps a significant cash reserve, not because he's afraid of losing money, but because he knows opportunities come to those who are prepared. When the market crashes or a once-in-a-lifetime deal appears, cash gives you the power to act. Most people live paycheck to paycheck, completely exposed to financial shocks. But when you have an emergency fund, you don't just survive tough times, you capitalize on them. Think about Tony Stark in Iron Man. He always has a backup plan, extra suits, and hidden resources to handle any crisis. That's how you should treat your finances. Life throws unexpected challenges your way, job losses, medical bills, car repairs, but if you have a cash reserve, these aren't disasters. They're just inconveniences. Aim for at least 6 months' worth of living expenses saved up, so no matter what happens, you stay in control. A cash reserve isn't just about avoiding debt, it's about staying in the game. When the stock market drops and everyone else is panicking, those with cash on hand can invest at a discount. When a business opportunity arises, those with capital can seize it before anyone else. Buffett has made billions by buying undervalued assets when others were forced to sell. The same principle applies to you. Your cash reserve is your secret weapon. But here's what most people get wrong. Saving cash isn't about hoarding money, it's about positioning yourself for financial freedom. Once your emergency fund is solid, your next move is learning how to use your money strategically, because having cash is great, but knowing how to multiply it is what truly builds wealth. And that's where the real transformation begins. You've just uncovered the 7 money habits that Warren Buffett and other millionaires swear by, but knowledge alone won't change your financial future. The real question is, are you actually going to apply this? Because here's the truth, most people hear life-changing advice and do nothing with it. And that's exactly why they stay stuck. But you have the opportunity to be different. Imagine where you'll be a year from now if you start applying just one of these habits today. If you're serious about transforming your finances, make sure you subscribe now and turn on notifications, because this is just the beginning. Every video we drop is packed with strategies that can shift your money mindset, help you build passive income, and create lasting financial freedom. Don't let this be another moment where you learn something valuable and forget it. Take action now. And if you want to go even deeper, there's one resource that can completely change the way you manage your wealth, health, and mindset. Holistic Health. Nourish your mind, balance your finances, transform your life gives you a step-by-step blueprint to building financial stability while maintaining mental clarity and balance. You'll learn how to create multiple income streams, eliminate financial stress, and stay focused under pressure, all in one place. Click the link in the pinned comment and start transforming your life today. Your financial future is in your hands. The only question left is, are you ready to take control?